So you guys don't die often in games? If that's the case, you should try these 11 games where death is permanent. No revives, and death really matters in these games. Let's get started. At number 11, we have Death Road to Canada. This one's a randomly generated road trip action RPG. You'll manage quirky survivors, explore cities, meet some seriously weird characters, and fight up to 500 zombies at once. With randomized locations, events, and personalities, every playthrough feels like a new adventure. But here's the catch. If all your survivors die, it's game over. You're back to square one. It's wild, unpredictable, and honestly, so much fun. Next up, we've got the popular Crashlands. Now, the standard mode doesn't have permadeath, but switch to hardcore mode. And yeah, it's game over if you die. Kind of like Minecraft's hardcore mode, right? This is an action-adventure survival game where you play as a spacefarer stranded on an alien planet. Your mission? Survive, explore, craft, and fight your way out of there. Trust me, this one's worth a shot. Next, we've got You Are Hope, inspired by 1 Hour, 1 Life. So, in this game, once a character dies, they're gone. Like no revives. You're born either as a baby to another player or as a young woman if no mother is found. Each in-game minute equals 1 in-game year, and you can live up to 60 in-game years. When you die, your kids inherit whatever you've built and continue the cycle. It's all about rebuilding civilization across generations, with your choices shaping the future. Pretty cool, right? All right, This War of Mine is up next. And yeah, I know I bring this game up a lot, but honestly, it's just that good. In this one, you're not some soldier or hero. Nope, you're a group of civilians trying to survive in a war-torn city. Food, medicine, safety. You'll have to make some tough choices. And if someone dies, that's it, no revives. Plus, their death impacts your group because every character has their own strengths. It's emotional, powerful, and really makes you think.
I'm an astronaut aboard the Nomad. Passenger on a line that connects Earth to Ganymede, a moon of Jupiter. Until something happened.
All right, so picture this. You're an astronaut who wakes up from cryosleep, but not in our solar system. You're lost in some distant part of the galaxy, and your only shot at survival is to repair your ship, scavenge for resources, and find planets to refill your oxygen. And if you die, game over. That's it. With multiple endings and so many different outcomes, every playthrough is like a new story. Definitely worth playing.
Complete eradication remains paramount to the safety of all.
Forthcoming worldwide unification can
Build a better tomorrow.
More gene therapy clinics opening throughout the world. Thousands of refugees continue to migrate into the city centers. As we welcome these new inhabitants to our cities, we are thankful to the advent and
Next up, XCOM 2 Collection. Originally a PC game, now available on mobile. This is a turn-based tactical strategy game where you're leading a resistance against an alien occupation of Earth. And the stakes are high. If a soldier dies, they're gone for good. That makes every mission feel so intense. If you're into turn-based games, this is one you have to check out. Next up is Atom RPG. Set in 1986 after a nuclear war between the Soviet Union and the Western Bloc wipes out both superpowers, you play as one of the survivors in a post-apocalyptic Soviet wasteland. Your goal? Explore this wild world and carve out your place in it. With classic RPG mechanics, turn-based combat, and skill development, it's got that old-school RPG vibe. The story has multiple endings, with choices that actually matter. And if you choose, I think it's the survival mode, well, if you die, it's game over. You'll have to restart the game. Next up, Don't Starve Pocket Edition. This popular PC game has made its way to Android, letting you play as Wilson, a scientist stranded in a mysterious wilderness. You'll need to use your wits to survive, craft, and explore the dangerous world around you to escape. The game's unique mix of survival, exploration, and crafting really sets it apart. And with permadeath, once you die, it's game over. Dead Cells is up next. Even though it's an old and well-known game, it definitely deserves a spot on this list. Honestly, this is the game that got me into the roguelike genre. Dead Cells is a Roguevania action platformer that challenges you to master fast-paced 2D combat with a wide variety of weapons and skills. You'll face off against relentless minions and tough bosses. Dead Cells also features permadeath. When you die, you lose all progress from that run, like items and weapons, but reassuring permanent upgrades and progress toward new areas stay. Next up is Hades, one of the best looking mobile games out there. I really hope it's released on Android soon. Hades is a roguelike action game from Supergiant Games where you play as Zagreus, the prince of the underworld, trying to escape his father, Hades, and reach the surface. The art style, voice acting, and smooth gameplay are all top-notch. In Hades, when you die, you're sent back to the House of Hades. You lose most of your progress, like weapons and items, but you keep some permanent upgrades, so you're always making progress. And finally, at number 1, we have Warm Snow. Set in a dark fantasy world ruled by the mysterious Warm Snow, you play as the warrior Bayan, fighting the 5 great clans to save a crumbling world. This rogue action game features fast-paced combat with fluid movement, quick attacks, and powerful combos. While permadeath means losing your run's progress like items and abilities, reassuring permanent upgrades carry over, keeping you hooked for the next try. So that's it for this video. I hope you found some games to check out. And yeah, I know all these games are paid, but I'm thinking of making a video on free roguelike games for mobile. If you're interested, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss it. Like the video if you enjoyed it and share it with anyone who'd love these types of games. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, check out these videos on your screen. Peace.